Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spartan.
And I'm Pudgey.
And we're watching Better Call Saul Season 6, Episode 13. Can't believe today's the day. We are watching the series finale to Better Call Saul. We've been talking about it all morning. It feels like a very sad occasion, right?
I know, but I'm also nervous.
Like I'm excitedly looking forward to it, but it is sad to be finishing this show, and I say it's uniquely sad more than just any show, even though I always get sad at the end of like a longer form series in particular, because we watched Breaking Bad for almost a year, I think like last year, or no, the year before, 2023. And then we took a break, so that was a big part of our lives. And then we took a break to watch some other series, and coming back into Better Call Saul and spending another, I think it's been almost 9 or 10 months on this series. You're not just watching one series, because now it's brought back all the pre-existing feelings I had from the previous one, and we've explored characters in the world more, and it's reignited that.
And when we finished Breaking Bad as well, we had something in the back of my mind that we were going to come back to. Now it's like, that's it. We've seen all the content of Breaking Bad for the first time, and that's it.
So when you think about it, you've got 20 months, maybe more, spent in this world at the pace that we've been watching it. That's a long part of our life that's been, these characters, you're going to check in with them each week and explore their story, and there's more there. And Better Call Saul just brought those feelings back up. It's almost like, when maybe a loved one's passed and you grieve, and over time it gets easier and you sort of move on, but then it's like someone related to that loved one, very close, has come back and brought back all those feelings and memories, and you're like, oh, I kind of put these to bed, but now I'm back. You're grieving all over again. So I'm speaking prematurely because we haven't, finished yet, but we are finishing, and that's the feeling. I'm kind of like, damn, this is like we're closing off this world, these characters.
What I will say especially for you, is that I feel like Better Call Saul helped you appreciate Breaking Bad even more, after the fact, which is also very powerful and doesn't really happen often.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're both series that I probably wouldn't have watched on my own accord because of what I usually go for. And they've both ended up being phenomenal series. And Better Call Saul in particular has really impressed us, because at the end of Breaking Bad, I did not see any need for another series. Especially one titled Better Call Saul. I'm like, why would I want to follow Saul? Like, he was good, he was fun, but like, I don't need a series on him. It just didn't make sense. And this series is so much more than just Saul. It became its whole, like, a Breaking Bad world just explored.
Yeah.
But Saul was obviously a pivotal character in it.
And he's actually such an interesting character. Like, we find him interesting and intriguing, throughout Breaking Bad, but this brings him to a whole new level. And it's almost like, for me anyways, when I meet a character for the first time and they're quite established and whatnot, it's like, what made them that way? Why do they have these quirks? And Better Call Saul, from my knowledge, which isn't that great, is one of the only series that does it and fleshes it out and is this entertaining and this good and just so thoughtful and not many holes.
But this perfect, because I'm even thinking about it. It occurred to me after last episode.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten Jesse was the one that got Walter onto Saul. And he'd mentioned, like, oh, I had a friend there once, needed some help. And they even covered that right at the end there with that interaction with Kim. I thought it was the way to bring Jesse in, but I'm like, oh yeah, even that one line was accounted for in this show. Like, it genuinely feels like Better Call Saul could have been made first and nothing would be different.
Yeah.
And I really get it now, where people were saying it in Breaking Bad, and I was like, what are you guys talking about, man? It's a bit dramatic. I thought it was being dramatic. They're like, you really only watched half the show. And I'm like, nah, okay, maybe it'll be good, but I'm like, relax with the half the show stuff. But now I'm like, wow, it really feels like it. It feels like you actually don't know the characters in the world nearly enough as you should if you've only watched one.
For me, the only thing that doesn't like fully line up is Mike. Like, if he's working for Gus like that, what time does he have to then give Saul, info about Walter, info about the guy with the cancer? Like, what? Why? But I'm not sure. Even then, it's not that big of a like.
Yeah, you can assume that there's downtime and he has other jobs, and Saul's paying good money. But yeah, it's just wow. It has been such a journey, and it's been it's been a big 10 months. We've taken this show from our last setup to our new setup, and it's sort of come with us as well. So, with that being said, I feel like I want to be very sentimental, but we'll maybe have that more for the discussion.
Yes.
We did leave off. I mean, this episode's called Saul Gone. That's
Saul gone.
I don't know what that means.
Like Saul Goodman.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Like Saul gone. Like it's all gone.
I mean, yeah,
No?
it doesn't work quite the same way. Saul, if you said it's all gone, maybe, but
That's what it's all Goodman. Man.
it's all good, man. Saul, yeah, but different.
Saul.
Yeah, but different to Saul Gone. What?
Saul gone.
Yeah. Saul happy, Saul down. Like you can just make it. Like that's not how it works. Anyway. But the title is Saul Gone. I don't know what that means for his fate. You know, with Walter, I was kind of expecting him to die one way or another. With Saul, I don't know. I mean, we've brought Kim back into it, and she had her proper breakdown on the bus. And I'm hoping that it makes sense for Kim and Saul to interact at some point.
Yeah.
She's obviously given her affidavit and pretty much her confession, whilst Saul is now on the run because Marion, right at the end, recognized him, called him in. Now he's not safe at all.
No.
What does this mean? How far can he get?
And I don't think the vacuum guy is going to pick him up. Like,
Nah, not when he's this hot.
No.
And after he cancelled last time, I don't know.
yeah. The other thing that we were chatting about on a walk was I find it interesting that both their pranks, you know, first half of the series was Chuck and then now Howard. It's like both they're like, and I can argue that the first half was really Saul or Jimmy rather than Kim, but she did play her part in it. It ended up in death, right? Chuck died, and then now
Man,
Howard's dead.
That all feels like yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
we were talking about that. I'm like, it feels like it was, wow.
Yeah.
Time
and
flew.
and I wonder if we're gonna see her grief with Chuck as well now that she's realized. I know she's trying to make amends for Howard, but I feel like Chuck deserves some kind of recognition too. But I think they're just gonna sweep that under the carpet because I think there was enough there to be like, well, it was his fault. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not expecting her to go there and grieve for individual. I think her breaking down, you can take it as just Howard, but I take it as more like, what have we done?
Yeah.
Like she finally hit her. Like, what have we done? All of it, you know? And I don't know how much, because of the interactions that Jimmy sort of pushed Chuck over the edge and all that, I don't know how much she blames herself for Chuck. But yeah, I'm thinking back to when they swapped the numbers, when Jimmy swapped the numbers, and that feels like yesterday, man. And that was a while ago. Wow, we've covered so much ground. I don't know. For Jimmy, it would seem silly for him to just call it in again and start a new life again. I don't think he wants that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that Saul will die, but I think going to jail, going to prison kind of suits it. Like the criminal lawyer finally has been caught after all this time, all these illegal activities and grey areas that he's been doing. He finally gets caught, but then
it almost seems too like straightforward for a show like Better Call Saul, but I'm also open to it as well because they always know how to put their twists on it.
Yeah, because almost everyone's gone now, other than Jesse. Almost everyone in this world is pretty gone.
Yeah.
So what's left for Saul Goodman? I don't know. Now, I do want to let you guys know as well that whilst this epic journey is concluding, we are starting a new journey. The Walking Dead is going to be replacing Better Call Saul, and we're obviously doing The Expanse as well. So if you guys are interested in any of those series, join us along for the ride. If not, there's always new content coming to the channel, so stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled for any announcements, because I'm sure there'll be something that you want to follow along at some point. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you want 4 weeks early access to our reactions, or you want to watch our uncut reactions, we'll leave a link down below.
And if you guys are watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the finale.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, damn. Jimmy's car from back
Why
then.
are we back here? It's a very interesting place to come back to.
That'd be like a gold mine. I don't know if that water's clean, but that would be.
You know, we're sitting on $7 million here, literally.
I could just leave and have a new life.
I say we take it, split it 50-50.
Remember last time with the Kettlemans? He goes, never again.
It's not ours. Could be.
Yeah, well, I know some people who would have a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
Some big people.
First thing we do, take $6 million and build a time machine.
Oh, shit. And do what?
Those people that you're worried about, they would never find us.
If only.
Where would you go first, huh? You look like a history buff, right? What, would you go to Civil War times or?
This is a nice little chat.
Back to when his son was alive.
December 8, 2001.
I knew there'd be something specific.
No. March 17th, 1984.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Day I took my first bribe.
Oh. Interesting. I wonder what the first date was.
And then I'd go forward. There's some people I'd like to check on in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Make sure they're doing okay.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be this heavy, man.
You.
It's easy. May 10, 1965.
Even earlier.
What is that date?
That's the day Warren Buffett took over at Berkshire Hathaway. I figure got $1 million left from building the time machine, so I take my half and just stick it into Berkshire.
Very different responses.
Is that his father's shop that he's talking about?
I'm a billionaire.
Oh, okay, no.
That's it, buddy.
Yeah, it's very revealing, isn't it?
What else?
Nothing you change.
I know, especially after what you experienced. I guess it has to be money after that experience. That's what you did it for.
I mean, it kind of looked like there might be more, but he didn't get that deep with it.
Yeah.
But Mike's answer was perfect like this. I loved hearing that.
Right where we left off.
Makes you realize how much simpler times were back then. It was
I know.
much nicer.
It's a little car. Beige. I don't know the make.
Surely he knows he has to ditch the car.
He's headed south towards Curtis. Oh, please get him.
Oh,
my
damn.
god. Meanwhile, her son's still in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all the phones.
That is correct. Saturn, Aura, Nebraska, 6-4, Paul, Frank, Tom.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. How the hell does he get out of this one?
Out through the back door or something. I wouldn't be surprised that all of this was taken into consideration when you got the place.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a route planned.
Damn, they got helicopters already? Holy shit.
I mean, he's a pretty highly wanted criminal.
How trapped would you feel?
Oh my god.
We've been here before, haven't we?
Yuck.
Oh, damn. He's kept that.
Oh, he's really going to try to call them again, huh? Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Not the money.
At least close it before you try opening.
That's all he's got left. Without that, he can't do anything.
What is he picking up? What is that?
Are those pieces from the phone?
No.
Oh no, those are the little diamonds that he had in worth of money, remember?
yeah, yeah.
Anybody home?
Oh my.
Hands, now.
In there? They found him?
How did they find him?
What? Oh, there's a camera there. There was a camera.
Oh shit, okay. Didn't expect that.
This early, I didn't think he'd get caught. Oh my god, that's his ad.
So what the hell can you do now?
Who does he call? He's actually got no one.
Just call the main office. The number is on the bulletin board, and let them know
It's interesting that he's like checked in on work.
you're going to need a new manager.
Yeah, to put it bluntly.
This is how they get. This is
I know how
they get
disappointing
you.
would it be for him.
This is how they get you.
After the grand adventure, it feels so stupid.
My lawyer will.
Ream your ass.
Oh, okay. There used to be Saul.
Damn, this is like a psychotic laugh. Reminds me of the Joker a little bit.
I need another phone call!
Who is he gonna call? There's no way it's gonna be.
No way.
Oh yeah, because he said that, remember? Oh my god.
No freaking way he calls this guy.
William Oakleigh and Associates. Trust experience, trust Oakleigh. Bill Oakleigh speaking.
Trust experience, trust Oakleigh. I like that. It's catchy. You know
Oh
who
my
this is,
god.
right?
Oh shit.
Saul?
You got it, buddy.
What are you,
I like how he said Saul, not Jimmy.
Calm down, Junior. The cops know all about the call. They're probably listening in. The fact is, I'm standing in the middle of a police station as we speak.
This guy.
Listen, this is your lucky day. I am talking to Saul Goodman's new advisory council.
Oh damn.
You hit the jackpot.
Advisory Council?
This puts you on the map, amigo. Here's what you're going to do.
It sure would be a big case to cover.
The DA has a warehouse of evidence against you. I can't even begin to imagine what the feds are sitting on.
Oh no, this is an impossible case.
So I gotta ask, where do you see this ending?
Yeah, it's a good question.
With me on top, like always.
Damn, he's still arrogant, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he came.
How are we? Oh, he's shaved now. It looks like his older self.
Yeah.
Dude, who would have thought this? This is so weird. Hank's Marie.
Oh my god.
We'll argue for consecutive sentencing.
Accessory after the fact to multiple murders.
Who's on the other side? He's probably thinking.
By our count, that's life plus
190.
life plus 190 years.
Damn.
Nah, that's nuts.
I'm willing to extend a one-time take it or leave it offer.
Oh, here we go. What's it gonna be?
30 years. Keep your nose clean, stay healthy. You have a shot at seeing daylight in your old age.
Why would
I
they
mean,
give that to him though?
He won't take it, but it's not a bad deal.
Listen, you've got Agent Schrader's widow back there. Why don't you invite her in?
Oh,
you know
damn.
that much, don't you?
Well, no, she can't be present at a plea negotiation. It's completely inappropriate.
She's already here.
I want to bring Marie. I didn't expect this.
What is gonna happen in this interaction? Oh my god. I could cry. I don't know.
Wow. They've thought of everything in this show, man. Can't believe it.
I don't know why I feel like welled up.
They tell me they found you in a garbage dumpster.
Oh, where he belongs.
Here we go.
Well, that makes sense.
And she's wearing black. I don't think she's wearing purple.
My husband was the best man that I have ever known. He lived to help others.
Oh, Hank.
Damn.
If somebody was in trouble, no matter the time, no matter the place, Hank Schrader would be there.
I miss him.
With a smile and a joke.
Yeah, always.
He was kind. He was decent. He was strong.
Oh,
I'm
man, I'm
nervous for what's
glad.
going to come out of Saul's
His partner,
mouth.
Steve Gomez.
Can't forget Gomi.
3 fatherless
Aww.
children.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. That was more Walter's fault, but...
They were shot dead and left in a hole in the desert.
Aww.
Can't even find the body.
You helped the two-faced, poisonous bastard behind it all.
Oh my god.
For what? Money.
Look at the guy next to her. He's like smiling. He's
That was
loving
his
it.
response to Mike.
No matter what they do with you now, no matter where they put you or for how long, it will never be enough.
I get it.
Yeah, she laid a beat down. I liked seeing her grieve a bit of Hank. We didn't get as much of that in Breaking Bad.
Mrs. Schrader,
What bullshit you gonna spin now?
I met your husband a few times. He was a man who stood by his word and was very good at his job.
He's gonna level with her?
Nah, he's gonna spin it somehow.
You and he are victims. And so am I.
Oh
Here
my
we
god, is
go.
this his plea?
She can't believe it. Look at her.
2 years ago, a man came into my office. He said his name was Mayhew. He wanted one of my clients to lie under oath. He offered me money.
Mayhew? What? We have never heard that name before.
I declined. Any lawyer would.
Any lawyer. You're not any lawyer.
As I was leaving my office, I was attacked.
This is
2 men threw
Walter.
a sack over my head,
Oh, this is all true. They must use the name Mayhew. I don't remember that.
and when they pulled the hood off, I was kneeling in front of an open grave.
Damn, this is true, dude. He spun it
with a
well.
gun pointed at my head. That was my introduction to Walter White.
Oh my god.
From that moment on, there hasn't been a minute that I wasn't afraid.
Look at him.
I made a
Damn,
lot of
dude.
money, but that's not why I did it.
Oh,
I did it
you
because I
sneaky
knew what
snake,
he would do
Saul.
to me if I refused.
Look how he's spinning it.
I even thought about talking to Agent Schrader, but I knew that Walter White would kill me wherever I was.
I like that she's not believing it.
You look it up.
Even he's not believing it. He's like, what now?
They murdered 10 men inside 3 prisons in the space of 2 minutes.
Damn, I don't know that they knew that.
Yeah.
They even killed one of my colleagues, a lawyer. He was cooperating with the DEA.
Oh, the guy that was doing Mike's money, I think.
The news said Dan was stabbed 48 times.
Tell me he's gonna come out on top, man.
When it all blew up, I ran, but not from the police, from them. Walter White might be dead, but Jesse Pinkman and the others?
Oh my god,
They're
now
still
he's
out
burying
there.
everyone's name.
Somewhere.
And the others.
Mrs. Schrader, you are looking at a man who has lost everything.
Look at her face. I love it.
I have nobody. I have nothing.
That is all true.
And this
but-
is the truth sprinkled in his lies. He's very good at it.
Love it. He's just not buying it for a
Yeah.
second.
And you think jurors are gonna buy that?
One. All I need is one.
Yeah, true. Beyond a reasonable doubt.
Oakleigh tells me that you've never lost a case.
Oh, now he's smiling. He's pretty much letting him know.
Still, juries, right? You never can tell.
Oh,
my god. He's not even hiding it from them, but they just have to prove it.
I'm hoping there's some wiggle room.
You're not going to negotiate with this man. You're not.
Oh, he is.
I love how he's still, in the end, he's playing the lawyer game. It's very fitting.
Oh, she's fuming. What happened?
When combined with the anticipated criminal history category of 1, results in an anticipated
They've been here for a
advisory
while.
sentencing guidelines range of 85 to 90 months imprisonment, in addition to any supervised release, fine, and restitution the court may impose.
He's not going to accept that.
That's like less than 15 years.
7.5 years.
Oh, okay. 7.5 years only.
The math.
Term to be served at FCI Butner Low, North Carolina, Wing D.
Look at him, man. This is crazy.
It's a great location, very nice weather. It's the only federal institution with a golf program.
Oh
He's
my
too smug,
God.
man. Just
I
take the
know.
win. He's trying to rub it in too. He's gonna.
This is an actual request.
You kidding? Give you guys half a chance, you're gonna throw me into Gen Pop in some hellhole. I visited a client once at ADX Montrose, the Alcatraz of the Rockies. No, that's a deal breaker, my friend.
He's literally got them by the throat.
This is crazy.
Because otherwise they go to trial and he could, you know.
FCI Butner,
Win.
low, wing
D. Wing D.
Wow. After all these 7.5 years, man's absolutely won the lottery.
20. During incarceration, defendant Goodman to receive 1 pint Bluebell mint chocolate chip ice cream every Friday for the duration.
What?
Now he's just having a laugh.
He's kidding.
Bluebell.
You ain't kidding.
Okay, that's it.
Hold on. I can oil everybody's locks.
No more games.
Now I got a sweetener. It's nothing I've talked about. New arena, primo stuff.
Dude, know when you're ahead and just cut your losses, man.
Who's gonna offer more info?
Previously unknown felony homicide. Concerns a prominent Albuquerque attorney.
No way.
Disappeared. Believed to have killed himself.
Is he going to talk about...
You're talking about Howard Hamlin. That's your sweetener.
He doesn't know
Oh
Kim's
my
already gone.
god.
He's trying to sell us the Hamlin thing.
They already know everything that happened.
Kim Wexler walked into the Albuquerque DA's office last month. She spilled her guts about Howard Hamlin. On the record.
Damn, he thought he had more bargaining power.
Last chance. Do we go to trial?
Think quick.
Or do we have a deal?
Yes. Yes, we have a deal.
He wasn't expecting that.
That is a very good deal, dude.
Holy shit,
Considering
though.
what he's done, that's
yeah,
what you get.
but now there's something ticking in his head. What happened to his nose? Wait.
Is this when he's with Walter?
Yeah.
Oh, this is when they're preparing to leave.
This is so trippy.
I know, man.
Hey, you're a scientist, right? So I have a question. What would you do if you had a time machine?
Oh, I was asking everyone this question.
Oh, shit.
I mean, you can go backwards, forwards. Where would you go?
Meaningless question.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Look, time travel, the kind of time travel that you're thinking of, is a scientific impossibility.
What? Have you seen Dark?
There's got to be something you'd go back and change if you could.
You are not talking about a time machine, which is
Yeah.
both real and theoretical impossibility. You are talking about regrets. So if you want to ask,
Yeah, okay. That's how the question posed to him.
Be direct.
ask about regrets and leave all this time traveling nonsense out of it.
Okay, regrets then.
Wonder if his answer will change, Saul's.
When I was a graduate student, I started a company with some... At the time, I thought they were my friends.
This is his regret of all things?
What started everything?
I stepped away. I thought I was doing the gentlemanly thing.
I'm pretty sure we saw him say this to Saul.
And had I stayed, oh,
What about all the money, none of the crime?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be down here with you.
So you started a company. Is it still around?
That's the worst part. It's literally thriving.
Is it successful?
Very.
How could you never tell me about this? We could have done something with this.
Oh my God, man. This guy's brain.
Yeah, true. This is his domain.
I mean, I could have sunk my teeth into this.
You'd have been the last lawyer I'd have gone to.
Oh my God.
So what about you? What regrets?
Wait, I got one.
He's never genuine with who he's talking to.
When I was 22, I pulled a slip and fall outside Marshall Fields. I did.
Oh, yeah.
And I was stupid and young, and I was trying to show off, so I hit the ice fast as I could. I biffed it so hard I heard a crack. Whew. Wasn't the ice, it was me.
Did we hear this story? No.
I don't think we have heard it before.
My knee's never been the same.
He's incapable of genuine regret. Like, even Walter can have some regret, even though that was kind of weak.
So you were always like this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's true.
Whereas Walter became that. I mean, there's elements of him kind of always being like that.
And even
but-
Mike, everyone can identify a turning point, whereas Jimmy can't.
Yeah.
She confessed. What's the DA gonna do with it?
No witnesses, no physical evidence. If I had to guess, most likely they sit on it.
Oh, so he's worried about like what that means for Kim.
Not okay. Not for her. Her problem's not the DA.
What then?
Well, apparently Kim took her sworn and notarized
Oh,
statement and hand-delivered it to Hamlin's widow.
Oh, yeah, that changes things.
The widow can take her for everything she has and everything she's gonna have.
She wouldn't though.
So is she suing?
All I can tell you for sure is that Mrs. Hamlin's out lawyer shopping as we speak.
Oh, really? So she is. I get it. I get why you would. He's really thinking about it. Is he going to try save Kim from this?
Hold up, Bill. No, wait, you're gonna love this. The Hamlin thing, the government doesn't know the half of it. As soon as we land, I want you to tell the other side that I've got more to trade. Okay, I just remembered something that'll make their toes curl.
What does he know that Kim wouldn't have known?
It's going to make something up.
What more are you gonna get? What's left?
Yeah, I know. What is left?
You don't understand. It's really good ice cream.
What?
It's either to help her or...
If there's one person he helps, it's Kim. I can't believe he'll
Yeah,
make it
can
worse.
you imagine him bringing her down? I don't know.
Nah.
But we've seen him go dark, so...
That's his one saving grace right now. He can sacrifice
Yes.
something for Kim.
Walk-ins welcome. Oh, isn't that his old...
I don't know.
That looks like Saul's old, practice. Maybe she's just going to get legal advice.
If he shows up, you keep that door locked. You call the police, and then you call me. Anytime, day or night, okay?
Oh, she used to be that dedicated.
Fill this out, and before you ask, there's no charge. All our services are free.
Oh, actually,
How
I'm
do they
here
do all
to
that?
see if I can volunteer.
Oh.
Can you answer a phone? Sure. Then there you go.
Interesting.
How are their services free? I don't...
Central Florida Legal Aid, how can I help you?
She went right into action.
Yeah. Wants a bit of her old life back.
Hello?
Kim,
Yes?
this is Suzanne Erickson.
Oh.
I remember her, yeah.
You've seen the news?
Has
I don't
she?
think so.
Your ex, Saul Goodman. He was arrested in Nebraska. He's been extradited to New Mexico.
Does this change anything for her?
Yeah, I don't know. She might want to be present.
He's giving testimony that affects you personally.
What is he gonna say? Was this just an attempt to get her attention?
Could it be mentioning the thing with Chuck?
Chuck. That's the only thing that I can think of. But he was saying about the Hamlin situation. They don't know the half of it, so I don't know.
Oh my god, look how he's dressed.
Of course. Yeah, he's looking to see if she's there, surely. She's there.
Damn. I don't, it's not convinced he would hurt her like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It might just be a thing to see her again. Handcuffs are off. Now it's showtime.
It's showtime.
Fuck, I'm good. I am good.
What's he got for us? I reckon he's going to try and liberate her from any attachment.
That's what I think. I'm hoping.
Defendant has requested to use the name Saul Goodman.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
Jimmy,
it's
Saul,
United
Gene.
States versus Saul Goodman.
Oh, his ego would love that.
William Oakleigh appearing as advisory counsel, Saul Goodman appearing on his own behalf. Good morning.
The defendant still wants to represent himself?
That's right, Your Honor.
Of course he does.
Yeah, it's very fitting.
Today, we consider the sentence for a defendant who will be pleading guilty to multiple felonies, RICO offenses, money laundering, conspiracy.
The list goes on and on and on.
And for these offenses, the government's sentencing recommendation is 7 years.
Yeah, that is nothing, dude.
If I may say something that I think will help the court fully understand the situation.
Mr. Goodman, you are the beneficiary of the most generous sentencing recommendation I've seen in
Yeah, I
22 years on the bench. Any statement
How did you do
make
it?
imperils that recommendation.
I'm very aware of that, Your Honor. If you'll allow me to speak, I think I can save the court's valuable time.
Oh, here we go. Showtime. Let's see what he's got planned.
2 years ago, a man came into my office.
Oh, he's
He
gonna
said
say
his
the
name was
same thing.
Mayhew. He wanted one of my clients to lie for him.
But what's he
under
gonna add?
oath. He offered me money. I refused.
Is he really going to go through the whole speech?
I was driven out into the desert, and when they pulled the hood off, I was kneeling in front of an open grave with a gun pointed at my head. That was my introduction to Walter White.
It's
Man
very
knows how to sell the
rehearsed.
spill, yeah.
I was terrified. But not for long.
What?
That night, I saw opportunity.
Yeah, here we go.
I shot at big money. And I grabbed it, and I held it tight. And for the next 16 months, my every waking moment was spent building Walter White's drug empire.
What the hell is going on?
Stop right there. Consult Mr. Oakleigh before you say another word.
She's helping him.
You are contradicting your plea agreement's sworn factual basis.
No offense, Your Honor, but I think I know the law here better than you do.
Oh, damn.
Your Honor, we are satisfied for Mr. Goodman to continue.
Your Honor, I'd like to petition to withdraw from this case.
Denied.
Oh, shit.
Respectfully.
Not a chance.
Poor guy got shafted.
He's just, oh my god. Saul screwed him in the end because his reputation's going to be screwed.
Yeah, but how does this help Kim is what I want to know.
Any false statement you make can be used in prosecution for perjury or obstruction of justice. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh, I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I fed him a load of BS about her involvement in Howard Hamlin's murder. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So yeah, I wasn't there when the meth was cooked. I wasn't there when it was sold. I didn't witness any of the murders, but I damn well knew it was happening. I was more than a willing participant. I was indispensable. I kept Walter
Holy
White out of jail.
shit.
I laundered his money. I lied for him. I conspired with him.
Shit, he's putting it all on the line. Damn.
If he hadn't walked into my office that day,
It wouldn't
Walter
have
White
happened?
would have been dead or behind bars within a month.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, he's incriminating himself big time.
Agent Schrader and Agent Gomez and a whole
They wouldn't be dead
lot of
either.
other people would still be alive.
Dude, he's destroying
So
himself.
taking accountability for Kim's
Fact is, Walter White
sake.
couldn't have done it without me. You got that?
Your Honor, we move to strike Mr. Goodman's comments.
Interesting.
On what grounds?
Speculation?
Speculation? He's testifying to his own actions.
Oh no, how are you speculating?
What happened to Howard Hamlin? It was... I can't even...
Yeah, shit.
I'd love to believe this is genuine, but who knows these days?
After that, Kim had the guts to start over. She left town. But I'm the one who ran away.
Yes, kind of.
And my brother Chuck,
Okay, here we go.
when I saw a chance to hurt him, I took it.
He's taking accountability. I guess.
I got his malpractice insurance canceled. I took away the one thing he lived for.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
he's admitting it all now. Oh, this is so much.
After that, he
It's a lot
killed
to
us.
take in. He's admitting that that's what made him kill himself. Finally.
If only Howard could have heard those words.
I know.
I'm not living with that.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That thing with your brother, that wasn't even a crime.
It was.
Mr. Goodman, sit down and stay seated.
The name's McGill. I'm James McGill.
What?
Oh shit! What?
Your Honor, in view of the defendant's
we'd like to request a
confession, the
recess.
government
No,
withdraws
now,
its
hold on.
sentencing
That
recommendation
was
and
not
urges this
a
court to
confession.
impose
That
the
was-
statutory maximum
That was
for
not a
each of these
confession.
offenses.
It was
Furthermore,
merely
Your Honor,
a
a
single
second
point of
additional
view
hearing is
in a
required in
very
order to
complex-
assess,
What the fuck?
including
single
perjury
shred
on this
of
court, Your
evidence.
Honor.
All that
She's
for her.
okay with it, yeah. That made her feel better.
Yes, I did.
No, we're going back to this. You
I
know
feel
what?
overwhelmed. Like, what is going on?
I was starting to worry.
My car conked out on 40. I almost got creamed by a cement truck.
Oh my god,
man.
this is surreal.
Oh, they had those apples that you like? I got you half a dozen. Fuji.
Oh, he's smiling.
Oh, when everything made sense.
You know, I could hire someone to do this. I could get someone from the office.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, every day? While you're trying to start a practice?
Oh, man.
Because you're my brother. Duh.
Back when being brothers was everything to him.
You do the same for me.
If only he knew what he was doing for him.
Well, you could stay for a while. We could talk.
Talk? What about?
Well, your cases? Your clients?
You want to talk about my clients? Seriously, you want to talk about the granny who got picked up for soliciting?
They deserve a vigorous defense like any other client.
He
He
maintains
did
that.
really maintain that, yeah.
Or maybe you just want to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
That's not what I had in mind.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to reach out.
If you don't like where you're heading, there's no shame in going back and changing your path.
If only he'd heeded that advice.
Oh, when have you ever changed your path?
I mean, he ain't wrong. But he's liking where he's heading, I think.
We always end up having the same conversation, don't we?
I'll see you tomorrow, Chuck. And I might have the Financial Times.
He could never really get to that deeper layer and really
Yeah.
take it in. He was always just brushing over it.
There's already a lot of friction there. The time machine.
Oh, damn. If only he could go back to this moment, this very moment, and do it differently.
Do you think this was the turning point? Nah, couldn't have been. It had to be earlier. Oh, this is the place that he didn't want to go.
Yeah, wow. He gave all that up for Kim, man.
Damn.
That's probably the most noble thing that he's done.
I want to believe that it was for Kim.
Definitely was.
Hey. Better call Saul.
Right.
Yeah, can't call him no more.
McGill. What? I'm McGill.
He's maintaining that.
You're Saul.
Oh, and this is how the word spreads.
Maybe everyone's gonna love him in there and look after him, who knows?
Better call Saul.
They're turning it into a bloody song now.
Better call Saul. Better
Oh,
call
this is cool.
Better call Saul. I said call Saul.
Well, I mean, he's been caught now. You guys can't call Saul.
Better call Saul.
He's like, how about that?
Oh my god, what are we doing here? Oh, this is in prison.
Right.
Saul. Lawyer's here.
They still call him Saul when he finally wants to be called Jimmy.
I got you, Saul.
They all love him.
Man's a celebrity in here, to be fair.
Is it Kim?
I'm
It's gonna be
thinking so.
Kim.
Ma'am.
No cuffs, please.
Oh,
the chat we've been
shit.
waiting for.
Thank you.
She's changed her hair a little too.
She looks more like a lawyer now.
She cut it.
Hi, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Holy shit.
Hi.
Dude, this feels like it normal.
How did you...
Turns out my New Mexico bar card doesn't have an expiration date.
Oh.
She's a lawyer again.
To what ends now is the question. No way. And it's like all times because look at the lighting.
Yeah.
Shaking.
Oh, wow, man. This is a throwback and a half.
The flame's the only thing in color too. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is cool.
The flame between them. I don't know.
You had him down to 7 years.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
elite.
impressive.
86 years.
Wow. Is that
Nobody
what
got
he
in
ended
the
up with?
end. Better than the 193 or whatever it was. But
Same. Yeah, living.
But with good behavior, who knows?
who knows? I love how they've recreated that iconic scene in here.
If Kim hadn't gone to give that plea, you know, he would have gotten 7 years and that's it.
I love how the bars are on them, like in the shadows. They're both kind of in prison.
Yeah. Oh, man, this kind of made me sad. I know how much he did, but it's still sad they ended up like this, you know?
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that.
See how they're both in bars, just in
Yeah.
different ways?
Yeah.
She keeps looking back.
Damn, man. I was worried we're going to end there.
There's no way we end there!
Oh. Oh, heavy's the heart, man.
I
Heavy's
can't believe
the
that's
heart.
where we ended. Like,
I had a feeling it was going to end. You know, it answered what it needs to answer, but I didn't think it was going to try and overly give us closure. Just kind of like, this is it. Like, this is where things have ended up. Which was sad. I think we're almost wanting or waiting for like something, give us hope. Even Kim being like, I'll get you, set this down. And you're like, oh, you know, even after everything that's happened, you still, you know, it's still sad to see him that way. So you're waiting for something and it's just like.
I feel like I need to watch that court scene again because so much was going on and I feel like I missed some of the glances between, I guess, Saul and Kim and...
Yeah, I kind of... Because he was kind of just saying that Kim wasn't really that involved, but I almost thought he was going to be a bit more clear in that. But the way he said it was kind of... Like, I didn't fully understand how what he said completely exonerates Kim. He kind of, you know, suggested that she wasn't as involved, but he didn't make it as clear.
Yeah.
And then why have to bring out the part of Chuck? Because and then his lawyer goes, it wasn't a crime, and he goes, it was. Or maybe he's just saying morally he wanted to confess to it.
Yeah, I think that's the part that I miss. I think when he looked at Kim for the last time, it's like she wasn't fully satisfied with all the accountability yet. And then when he mentioned Chuck, that's when she like smiled. Like, and she changed. She went back to like her old self in a way. That's what it looked like to me, but I'm not entirely sure. I kind of have to watch that again.
Wow. I do want to say it at a general level before we get to like into the details. I think that was a really, really good, dare I say, a near perfect finale. You know, I'm never good with sort of semi-open endings. So yes, I'm left like, damn, is that where we're leaving? Like you almost want more closure somewhere because technically Saul's life isn't over, but you can imagine he's probably spending life in prison.
Yeah.
But there's almost a hope. So it's a little bit more open-ended than I was expecting, which leaves me sort of digesting and unsure. But throughout the episode, it just covered everything. Bringing Marine, you know, showing us the side of Saul. I mean, even like with the flashbacks with Mike and Walter and talking about the regrets and the time machine and how he could never bring himself to just be genuine. And I don't know if we fully got that answered because even at his final speech, I don't know if I fully believe he was being sincere. He was admitting the truth to protect Kim, but did he genuinely have remorse and regret for all of that? Or did he just regret that he got caught?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It is interesting because obviously, again, it's hard with him because he is such a character where we always say it. He always sprinkles a little bit of truth in the show. Do you know what I mean?
He's the best con man like you'll ever see because he can really, you'd be like, oh, you can't fake that. And then he faked it, you know?
And even like coming up with which is a great little like detail about, you know, Mayhew and then, you know, I was there in a grave in front of me and blah, 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 all this stuff. It's like, that is the truth, right? But then now he did say the second half of the story, it's like, I saw opportunity that night, you know?
He had them down to 7 years, a good prison with golf courses and everything, ice cream everywhere. Oh no, they maybe didn't accept that one. But he had
it's good enough.
He had an amazing deal, but to protect Kim, that was always sometimes his detrimental trait because he would go too far for her.
Yeah.
But his one saving grace was that to protect Kim,
but
he
you
would do anything.
know what? At least this time to protect Kim, because the first time we chuck was so that Mesa Verde stays her client. And then the second time, I guess, was, you know, or like, let me do this for her about the whole Howard thing. Not as black and white, but you guys know where I'm going. This time it was like for Kim, but for a good reason, you know, let me pay my penance. Let me, you know, accept my punishment. Let me do this for her. And it was the first almost good thing that he's done.
In a long time
anyway.
And the flashbacks were perfectly placed. Like you had one with Walter, one with Mike, one with Chuck. I would argue those were sort of the three most instrumental. You know, he went through the Chuck phase, through the Mike phase, then through the Walter phase. Those were the 3 tiers of his evolution.
Yeah.
And just exploring all that. And even that interaction with Chuck where it all began. You know, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of depth to those scenes that I need to rewatch and reanalyze because there's a lot in them. And one thing this show does well, but it's sometimes tricky, is it doesn't really tell you or explain what it's trying to be. You have to interpret it, which can be interpreted in multiple ways. It implies things, but you can't quite put your finger on it all the time.
I do think the implication with that scene was the time machine. It's like that could have been his turning point that he should have mentioned in both scenarios. I'm not sure.
Or the symbolism is the time machine was obviously one of Chuck's maybe favorite books, and that was the question he kept asking in times of crisis. Is that sort of implying his regret of Chuck? Because think about this time machine theory, like, is that how he deals with his guilt? He can't quite say, I regret my brother. I regret my relationship with my brother. And so he talks about this time machine, which symbolically to him represents his brother. You know what I mean?
Do you reckon? Like
Well, what could be the significance? Because we've heard 2 time machines, and then we focused on his relationship with Chuck, and it's Chuck's book, The Time Machine. I just feel like that might be the undertone. I don't know.
Maybe. I wonder what the writer's goal was, you know, intertwining that thread throughout this episode. But I also want to hear what you guys think, how you interpreted it, like what you got from those 3 scenes.
Isn't it crazy at this point in the world? Tuco's dead, Hank's dead, Walter's dead. Gomez, you know, Cartel, Gus, Mike. I mean, there'll be more, right? Lalo. I said Cartel, but yeah.
Yep.
Lalo, Hector, like all of them, right? All dead. The only 2, even Howard and freaking Chuck, right? I mean, Kim's also obviously alive, but in terms of the real Breaking Bad people, it's Saul or Jimmy, as he wants to be remembered at now, and Jesse. Like those 2 are the only 2. I don't know. I just find it crazy that at this point in the world, everything we've seen happen over 2 series and over 100 episodes. And that's where we're at in the world, you know. It just feels like such a, I don't know, man. I think that's what Better Call Saul brings up in you. You know, you see before everything, there's hope, there's optimism, there's new people. Mike is still building his life with his granddaughter, you know. There's so much going on. And you're like, oh, there's so much potential here. You know, the world's at your feet. And then you just see how it all, and then you get brought back to the end and you're like, oh yeah, like it all ended really badly.
I do find it interesting that he wants to be known as McGill now, but then was that, I don't know, because then in prison, he accepted it. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm Saul, right? And I don't know if that was like in front of Kim, like it couldn't have just been that.
I feel like becoming McGill was finally accepting himself, owning himself. While he was trying to be Saul Goodman, he was always, that was him giving in to the jealous, envious, manipulative part, and he was, being
and he
what
was
he...
shutting off the good parts of him.
And he was trying to be the guy that he thought had to outdo Chuck and all these other stuff. I think he's just going, no, I'm McGill. It's like he's putting that Saul Goodman life behind him, because that started with even his con man. Saul Goodman, that's how he would sort of say as a con man. And it's like, that's enough. Like, it's done. I don't know.
Oh, shit. So much happened this episode. Like, we literally started off with him getting caught, like, in a dumpster.
That ending scene still... It was heavy, man. Like, I know, it's very clear by this point that Jimmy has done a lot of bad things and been very destructive. But I don't... And this is going to be controversial for a lot of people in the comments, but I know with us, we don't see him as a explicitly bad person. Did he do very destructive and horrible things? Without a doubt. But beneath all that, you see the looks, you see there's moments of pain, moments where he's just, even when Mike asks him about the money, is that all it is to you? And he's like, yeah, but you can tell. And then he's like, all right, let's keep going. Like, he doesn't want to go there, but deep down within, there's a black box where his pain and he can't admit to himself that all this struggle, and he copes with it by creating this reality, almost like this, I don't know if there's a correct term, but like sociopathic reality of like, did I use that correctly? Wrong? I don't know. Anyway, where he's Saul Goodman and everyone loves me and I'm the man, I can do everything. Look at me, I'm not my brother, but I'm better, I can do it, and he found his calling, but deep down, there's a hurt boy in there that just didn't quite find his way. And the question I guess they play is because Walter says, so you always like this. But then you see he's like he doesn't like that. He just doesn't know where it comes from. He doesn't know where that original regret, that turning point is. He doesn't know how to
explain it. Yeah, he hasn't pinpointed that turning point. And maybe 86 years in prison might, help him reflect on that. And maybe, there's an answer out there for him. But I also did find interesting, and it was very like Walt-like, where he was saying, Walter could not have done this without me. He would have been dead, blah, blah, blah. And I wonder what the implication of that was, why was it important for you to be the person? Because that was something that Walt would do.
Like, I guess the question I feel like you're asking, and I feel like too, is how much of that was him making sure that if he's going to go down, it's known how legendary he was? Like, this is how good I was. And how much of it is him trying to really sell the case to protect him? Like,
but
which
that's the
was
part,
which?
Like, how does that protect Kim? Because really, Kim only stops at Howard. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else.
Yeah, I didn't fully... People will need to explain that a little bit, because I do feel like I didn't understand that, how completely incriminating himself saves Kim. Is it that he was, by making himself appear so dangerous,
I think
responsible, that they can then conclude that Kim was just but another victim?
Yes. That's what I'm thinking, potentially.
Yeah. I don't know. And he screwed, it's funny, because it was kind of like another screw you. He was always competitive with that other lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like, and he's kind of brought him in and then screwed him again.
I know.
Because like he was going to get all this reputation by the case, and now he kind of, I don't know, he probably doesn't look too good. You were the failed lawyer for Better Call Saul. So it's kind of screwed him one up again. Like,
I know. Like, he probably had this successful business going, finally making some money.
Even like bringing him back in. That's what I mean. Like, it was very well written, It was a near perfect finale for me, because every little detail, bringing Marine, talking about Hank Schrader.
So then what makes it near perfect? Like, why
I'll get to that. I just want to add, I said it during the reaction, but I remember in Breaking Bad, one thing that I kind of felt a little bit upset towards was got closure with, was we didn't really get to explore Marie's grieving after Hank. It was kind of like she was sad, she was done, but I was waiting for this one moment where she like let it all out, and we didn't really get that.
Yeah.
And we just didn't see her much anymore. The story kind of moved on, because we only had 2 episodes left. So I like that in this, we get to see, she got some time, we got to see what she felt and thinking and how she's dealing with it. Even if it was just a little bit, I'm like, that's kind of, I was waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. They threaded a lot of things that maybe we would have wanted as an audience from Breaking Bad into Better Call Saul. And for me, amazing.
Now, to answer your question about it being near perfect, similar to what I said before, it's not so much a complaint about the writing, but how I am left feeling a bit confused with that open-ended ending. Like, I think
you want more.
I want more from the show.
I think that's what
which
they're
is the best
good at
compliment
doing.
you can give.
I know, and I think that's what they do great, and I think that's their goal. We want to leave you hanging. We want you to be wanting more from this world.
Yeah,
You know?
and I think in Breaking Bad, obviously we wanted more from Jesse, and we got that in the movie. But with Walter dying, you're kind of like, damn, man, that. And I still wanted more. I wanted to see more about the families and how everyone's coping. But you're like, damn, that's how your journey ends.
Yeah.
Whereas having Saul in prison, and it doesn't seem like he's in a really bad way. But yet it was sad. Like, he's locked up in that cage, and him and Kim, they had this interaction. But I was almost hoping they'd say more. But I think it's powerful because they didn't say more. We don't see that. Just the smoke is enough, But so that's powerful. But by not saying more and then them kind of leaving, it brings out my sadness more. Like, because we've been through so much. I'm like, oh my God, dude, every interaction, every prank, all of it. And we get to this point and that's it. This is where it ended up. There's a tragedy to it, a tragedy to the journey. And even by the choice of it staying in black and white. I thought it would go to color at some point, maybe in the court when Kim came. Some point I was waiting.
The flame.
Yeah. Staying in black and white really separates the life and the journey they lived and everything after.
Yeah, and I think, there's small details, little clues. Like, we saw Kim volunteer to, help at the lawyer's office. And then I want to see the detail and really, suss if she had her ring on. Is she leaving Florida? Did she leave her husband? Did she leave that life? And, apparently there's no expiration date on her bar
license or
whatever it is. So is she going to be a lawyer again? I think
that was the implication by saying your lawyer's here.
Yeah. I did also love how, Saul was in a cage, obviously behind bars. She is on the other end and in between is freedom, And then we see Kim walk out and it's like she's free again. She's walking like she did. She's different. She's a changed person with the hair. The hair was a big one, actually. And just the way she carries herself and she's out again, Yeah. Like, she's been so bogged down by all this shit and she was never free from that day that Howard died and that she left Jimmy. And now she's free because Jimmy confessed everything, and it is interesting as well because you go back, I can imagine watching this again and seeing the first scenes and the first scenarios again for the first time. And it's like, oh, every time we thought Kim would leave, she didn't. And she was more accepting. And then she stayed silent about the things. And if Jimmy didn't want to talk about it, she just let it go and let it go. And now, he let everything out and it's just she was so bogged down even from back then, not even from when Howard. In a way, I don't know how to fully explain it because obviously the way I worded it takes away her accountability from everything, but I obviously don't mean that. It's funny seeing Saul in the cell and he's going over something so small. They caught you over this, they caught you over this. And it is almost fitting that it wasn't this big extravagant plot that he got caught over. It was literally just something so small, you know?
Avoidable. He could have easily avoided that.
Yeah.
But I think he never would have been happy. In a weird way, he probably feels more real now by having, he's got a relationship with Kim again. He's faced down his past and he's just come to terms with things.
Does it go back to he always wanted to be caught? Howard always said that. Chuck always said that. I'm pretty sure Chuck said that, but I know Howard definitely did.
Yeah.
Was he just wanting to get caught, wanting to put down the facade? Who knows? Finally, because that's almost healing for him too. In some
Imagine
capacity.
Chuck could see how far his brother went. He'd be just in disbelief.
Yeah.
The things that happened because of this one man, crazy.
And what it took for him to kind of get pegged down a few. Wow.
One thing that these writers are really good at doing that is always a bit challenging too, because you mentioned with Kim, talking about what happens next. Like, is she lawyering? What's her life going to be like? And I felt the same.
I love that word.
Anyway.
Is she going to be a lawyer? Yeah.
And I felt the same with Skylar White in Breaking Bad, you know, and they give you enough information for you to, you know, think about what your life will be like,
Yeah.
but they don't necessarily want to spoon feed you or tell you, you know, it's who knows now. Like it's left for you to think and imagine a little bit, and it's mixed feelings because you kind of want that closure. You want to be told. Some people do, I do, but then it leaves it open. The possibilities are endless. You know, you can dream, or maybe.
Yeah.
But she's a lawyer now. Maybe she does help get Jimmy's sentence shorter. You know, maybe they do get to live in old age, and be like, the possibilities are endless. You know, they've left it a bit open in that sense
It's
with
what
characters.
keeps the series alive for the audience, which is actually quite a special thing to do. And it's not always easy. It's something that, you know, obviously so many years have gone by, and you guys watching us watch this means that it's that special to you guys that you want to re-experience that first time. And it's not always easy to do. Like, we see a lot of series don't kind of get that momentum, and it's not alive after the fact, you know?
A journey that's just so like memorable that you want
Yeah.
to just re-experience it, you know. And this is a very big one. I mean, damn, I feel like your perception of everything's changed forever. As I said in the intro, I do feel like this Breaking Bad's only half the story. And having watched this now, it's almost like, damn, I've got to watch Breaking Bad again
Yeah.
to see things from a different perspective. But then after Breaking Bad, I'll feel like, damn, I've got to go back now to Better Call Saul
Yeah.
to see things from that perspective again, because
And
they
it's just
are
this loop.
yeah, they are two sides of the same coin, and you watch one and it makes the other one feel that much richer. And yeah, wow, you know, it's a very powerful sort of story that they've created with these two halves. A lot of grey, a lot of discussion, a lot of everything.
I mean, I am very glad that we waited a little bit. We took a bit of a break from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. To really just take this series in as its own
Yeah.
thing and have some breathing room. And we did come into it very much as its own thing.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were worried that we probably would never get to it, but I am glad that we did, because honestly, again, like you said it in the intro, I just never thought that it would be just as good. Like, I know there's a whole argument out there. It's like, which one is better? I cannot say right now, because obviously we've just watched this recently. I
could just say that they complete each other. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. I think two sides of the same coin is like the perfect description, because the coin can be so special, and sure, you might have a favorite or preference of like which side, but they are like one and the same. They do complete each other so perfectly. I would argue more than El Camino. Like,
Yeah.
that was a great addition,
A
but
little side thing, but yeah, no, El Camino just a lot of new people other than Jesse, whereas this and Breaking Bad, I feel like they're meant to be together, you know? Well, guys, it's come to that point, that sad point, unfortunately, where Better Call Saul is finished.
yeah.
It's been an absolutely incredible ride, super memorable. And to those of you who have, you know, watched us with Breaking Bad and then followed us on to Better Call Saul, I mean, it's been a huge journey. We are really thankful to everyone who tuned in and joined us.
Yeah.
And we're thankful that you guys pushed us to watch both of these, because they're both, if you can't tell, we've loved them.
Yeah, it almost feels weird ending this discussion. We've like consulted each other a few times. Like, is that all? Is that all we have to say? And the answer is no. Like, I have a lot to say, and I just feel like it's going to be a lot of rambling and
There's a lot to digest and process as well. So it's, yeah, we definitely need time, as with a lot of these big shows.
Yeah.
But we're grateful to all your support, and we've enjoyed the ride. So we hope you guys have enjoyed it too. It's been awesome. You know, there are going to be many more, but this will be one that we will remember for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I do want to remind you guys as well, as I said in the intro, we are going to replace Better Call Saul with The Walking Dead. We're also watching The Expanse, so feel free to join us to some of those series or other shows and movies that we'll be covering in the future as well. So stay tuned. Plenty more to come, guys, and we're excited for it.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed our reaction. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this whole bloody series, the whole Breaking Bad universe, and what you thought of this episode.
And if you want early access to our reactions, or you want to watch our uncut reactions, we'll leave a link to our Patreon down below. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on our next reaction.
See you guys.